Hi everyone and welcome back to the Colour Cave where we like to play with art stuff. My name is Jem and today's video is a little bit different from our usual fare, but it does let me combine two of my favourite things. One, playing with art stuff obviously, but secondly, Nintendo Switch. This was brought to my attention by the lovely Janet. She suggested having a look at something called Colours Live. Now, from what I have gathered, the way I would describe it is it's like a mini Photoshop but for a handheld games console. So I am going to take it out of the box with you and try it out and see if it's actually worthwhile and whether you can actually draw stuff on a Nintendo Switch. So let's get to top down view and we can get going. So here is the box that our little pack of tricks has come in. It's just a cardboard box and you can see there's some illustrations on the front here. I'm assuming they're supposed to have been done in Colours Live. So we're just going to see what's in the box first of all. It's quite interesting. Here is the game. And this is just like all the other Nintendo Switch games. I'm assuming this is just going to be the standard cartridge. So it says Colours is live again. There was a previous version of this apparently in one of the older Nintendo consoles. I kind of skipped a couple of Nintendo consoles. I was too busy playing the PC and the Xbox. So I wasn't party to this, so this is all new to me. A powerful and fun painting game. An interface that takes 5 minutes to learn. Really? Well, if that's the case, then this is going to be a short video. Tons of different brushes, up to 10 layers. Export time-lapse videos of your painting, undo, eyedropper, opacity, blending flip and much more. Now, I had heard that there wasn't a blending facility function in this game, so I find it interesting that that's on the box. Colours Quest, an innovative new game mode designed for beginners and masters alike. Spend a little time painting every day to progress and level up. So it sounds like there might be like a daily challenge because that looks like a wee map there. Share your paintings with friends and other talented artists around the world on colorslive.com. And it says down in this bottom box here, supports the pressure-sensitive Colours Sonar pen for broader or more opaque strokes the harder you press. Okay, cool. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with Nintendo cartridges, they just seem to get smaller all the time. This is in fact the entire game. That's it. They're really easy to lose, these cartridges. Not that I've lost any, but yeah, you can see how kids lose games. Oh, this is interesting. So the first thing that I'm noticing straight away is that the nib is very interesting. Here's a spare one. It's always good to have a spare, but I would have thought that this end would have been the nib, but it's actually the end with the plastic disc on it. So that's the end that goes against the screen of the Nintendo Switch, which has a touch screen, obviously, otherwise this wouldn't work. So let's get the pen out. So yeah, you can see it attached there. Does that tilt then? Oh, okay. So that tilts back and forth. That feels really flimsy. I'm worried. Oh. Okay, so it's not wireless. This is the wire. And it plugs into the headphone jack. Now that's interesting. And the cable here seems to be at a decent length. So yeah, that is what comes in the box. So let's try and hook it up to the Switch and see what happens. The pen feels really cheap. This is probably going to get in the way. So here we go, the first thing that I'm noticing straight away, this pen was designed with right-handed people in mind. There is a cutout, there's a notch in the top of the pen here for that cable to sit in. Now when you look at the Nintendo Switch, the headphone jack is here, the game goes in here and this is the headphone jack here. So if you are right-handed, then you'll be holding the pen this way and that cable tucks neatly into that little indent in the side of the pen, so it's not in your way when you are actually drawing. If you're left-handed, then it's actually, bearing in mind that that's going to be plugged in there, it's going to be lying on top of your hand all the time and that's going to get really, really annoying. Things like that really bug me about this, and I'm just wondering if you're sitting at an angle, if that's going to stay over. It does feel quite rubbery, you know, that I think that might soften off with time, so it might be something that, you know, kind of gets less annoying with time, because obviously the pen's going to be in that orientation for me all the time. I'm never going to do it with my right hand. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, I've turned my studio lights off just because the light's going to bounce off the screen, so you have to bear with me for a minute here. Like, everything's super, like, there's my microphone. The reflection in this is absolutely crazy. Hello! Right, so I want to hook this up now and just see what the initial setup looks like. Try not to lose that extra nib. Okay. I am like very dubious about this, I have to say. I'm still quite excited to an extent, but... Okay, so you can see that the Colours Live icon has come up. Okay, there we go, and we are off. Well, this is pretty. Okay, so this is obviously like the landing page kind of thing. So let's see what's new. So there's updates and things here which we can touch, and it tells you all about that. You join a forum, goodness me, there's all sorts going on in here. Right, back. Okay, so at least the touch sensitivity is working on the pen. This cable is annoying me already. Right, okay, sonar pen. Let's see what sonar pen. So this explains it. Palm rejection, setup and calibration. Okay, so it's telling you how to put the nib in next. And that pen is connected. Right, okay, calibration. Paint a soft stroke here. Apply very little pressure. Okay. A strong stroke. Whoa. Try painting with pressure. Okay, so there's a little pressure gauge down the bottom and it's rainbow coloured. How cute is that? Oh, now, I've hardly pressed at all there, and look how faint that is. That's amazing. Okay, the pressure sensitivity is relatively good here. Okay. Paint the whole screen. Oh my goodness. Avoid touching the screen with your hand. Okay. Oh, this is fun. This takes me back to Microsoft Paint when I was about 5 years old and just, you know, messing about with it. So we've got a whole load of actions here. Things like flipping things, bouncing between layers. So Colours Quest, I'm assuming, is the sort of daily challenge type thing. So let's see what this is about. In Colours Quest, you paint something new every day using a theme and various rules. After each day, you will see your results and move closer to your goal. Oh, okay. Far from where you live is the tower. I'm assuming this is it in the background. There is something you desire there that is calling you. It looks like this. Okay. What will you find in the tower? Think of this as your quest's book cover. It's optional and there's no time limit. If you can't think of a goal for your quest right now, you can come back later. Well, I'm sure we can... Okay, so we're actually just going straight into this, which I wasn't expecting at all. So basically the normal controller buttons down the side here are all your shortcut keys, which is actually quite nice. I'm wondering if we can switch sides here though, because for me, obviously being left-handed, the eyedropper tool and things, it would be much better for this to be over here rather than here. Input setup. Button config. Oh, there we go, left-handed. Yes, please. Oh, you can customise it as well. So if we don't like the way it's set up, then we can change it. Yeah, that's better. See, all the sort of main options are here because obviously that means I get to use my freehand while I'm actually drawing with this. So that's good. I have my Photoshop set up exactly the same way. On the right shoulder button is the brush menu. Okay, here's the brush menu. Oh, cool. So we've got like a pencil on a sketch, classic hard, classic soft, eraser, and... Okay, that's the size. Oh, that's saturation. Okay, cool. So something that I desire today is definitely an ice cream because it is very, very hot outside. We're 30 degrees Celsius today. So let's see. I kind of want to turn this the way I would work on normal paper. And I have to say that the disc thing on the pen isn't bothering me nearly as much as I thought it would, to be honest. Let's have like a classic cone shape. So this feels quite it feels quite natural, honestly. I'm able to use my ridiculous sketchiness here. I don't really have, nothing's feeling awkward about it. What's merged? Okay, merged down. Okay, add a layer. Yes. So I'm assuming that I'm on the other layer now and I'm not sure. Right, we've got a zoom function as well. So I actually want to be working on this layer, but I've put my sketch layer on top so that I can see what I'm doing. So this, when I start with colour here, this shouldn't obliterate my sketch lines because technically the sketch layer is above the other one. So let's, what colour of ice cream? I really like mint choc chip ice cream, so let's see if we can pick a nice minty green colour. The colour picker's nice as well, like that works quite well, that's quite intuitive, so I can't really complain about that either. I'm finding that the Joy-Cons, the actual joystick part, so these, you know, these little knobbly bobbly sticks that's kind of in the way of my hand a little bit, but again, I think that's one of those things that you get used to, and I don't think you can use this with the Joy-Cons detached. I might just try and take them off to see what happens. The answer is nothing, so I can actually move them out the way, so it means I can have my shortcut buttons elsewhere. That's pretty cool. But the other thing that's just brought to my mind as well, purely on a practical point of view, is that my Switch has a stand on the back of it. Again, the normal Switches, the ones that you can dock with a TV, have this stand on the back of them. So I could actually angle this. Oh yeah, this is just like, this is good. I actually really like this. The thing is though, I do need to keep the Joy-Cons near because I need the buttons. The cone, well, a starting colour for the cone. Oh, that was a pretty good guess actually. Okay, let's go with that. And I'll make our brush a bit bigger again. I definitely think that this is going to take a bit of practice. It feels a wee bit alien, which is to be expected. I'm forgetting about the pressure sensitivity as well, like, oh, because that's obviously coming off the brush a little bit darker. Oh, we can zoom in pretty far as well. Now, I want to know about this blend function because I haven't really seen anything. Okay, so they're letting you try out the brushes here, which is nice. Bristle, brush pen. So it doesn't actually say anything about blending here. I suppose you can use the soft brush. Yeah, let's just try this out actually. Yeah, so if you use a soft pressure with a soft brush, you could technically blend out. So, you know, if I was going to make myself a multicoloured cone like this, if I just let out my pressure, so kind of similar the way you would do with a coloured pencil. Okay, you can see that there is a bit of a fade there. Okay, not ideal, but I would take that. I think, again, if you had a little bit of practice at that, you could probably get quite good at that quite quickly. Okay, this has taken me more than 5 minutes to learn. I would just like to point this out. And although I really don't enjoy digital painting, I have some experience with Photoshop, although Photoshop and I are really not very good friends at all. So I wouldn't say that you could pick it up in 5 minutes and start drawing something, obviously, because you just have to do the setup. But in terms of actually being comfortable and remembering what all the buttons do, I think that takes a little while. And I'm thinking about my Mr. Whippiness here. Which one was the undo button again? It's this one, isn't it? No, this one, yeah. And then down here we want to change layers, which is easy. The change in layer thing is quite intuitive, I like that. And then we want to, oh no, hang on. We want eyedropper tool, this one. And then we want to pick a darker shade of that, maybe there. And I want a hard brush for this. So I'm literally just following my sketch layer lines there. Oh lordy. I actually think I would probably have done a better job on MS Paint. Just trying to get a bit of shading in, you know. I love how I'm still chatting away to you like this is a tutorial and I know what I'm doing. You can tell it's an ice cream cone, surely. Right, we need some chocolate chips now, don't we? The pen's quite responsive as well. You know, I don't feel as if there's any lag or drag or anything, which is really nice. And I think if you're not used to digital art, this actually might be quite a nice introduction into it. I'm actually fairly impressed. And I'm sure there's plenty of people that will create absolute masterpieces with this. But for the sake of having something relaxing to do if you happen to own a Switch, so far this isn't bad. Right, what I want to do now is I want to take away that sketch layer. So I'm just going to get rid of it. And there we go. Look, it looks like an ice cream. That's actually really good fun. And that didn't take me that long once I kind of figured out what I was doing. Oh, well, so that was actually quite good. I like that. Okay, so now we can actually begin our quest. And I'm a little painty person down here. Challenge 1. Oh, 20 minutes. We've got a time limit. This might not go so well. For your first challenge, you have 20 minutes to paint anything you can think of that fits the theme first step. Oh, this is like art prompts. Complete your painting before the timer runs out. The timer is visible on the brush screen and will also be displayed on the canvas when the time is running out, so you don't even get to see it all the time. I think I'll just go with what I did before. I'll start with a pencil sketch layer. Let's do this. And we could have our little person there. They were just kind of like a blob. That looks like a really big match. It was supposed to be a paintbrush. So I've got another layer now, and I want to... Now that's saying it's not taking any palm pressure, but it clearly has, because that's where I've had my hand rested. That's disappointing. See, really I would want a bucket tool for this. Can I clear my canvas? Yeah, I can. Yeah. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's totally picking up my hand. That's annoying. I've only got 16 minutes. I wonder if I was to put on my glove, if that would help. This is my my glove for actually using my proper tablet. I want to see if that's going to stop that picking anything up. No, it's not making a blind bit of difference. Ah, damn it. And I knew this was going to happen as well. What if I turn that slightly? Okay. My paintbrush. Right, now I want to see about a bucket tool of some description. I don't know the difference between a select fill tool. Oh, see. Oh, right, okay, I like that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so if I pick this colour now. Yeah, look. This looks terrible. Oh, I wonder what the flood fill tool does. Yeah, so that's on the same layer. This is painful. So really what we would have to do there is we'd have to do a sketch layer and then like a fine liner type layer, and then we would use the flood tool. This cable is bugging the living daylights out of me. I think I'm better suited to freestyling this, honestly. Oh, okay. Do they still resemble stairs? I think they do. I think we're all right there. Oh no, 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 no. Right, let's get some black on the go. Make it look like a paintbrush. Looks more like a paintbrush. So if we stay on the same layer, technically I should be able to flood this with another colour. Flood fill too. I might regret this. Oh no. Oh yes. Undo it. So we're going to have to be super careful with this here. There we go. I'm a little dude going up the stairs. So now, unfortunately though, I am all in the one layer, which is something that you wouldn't normally do, but I'm kind of like under pressure here. Maybe if we go to the other layer now, we can get like a fine liner kind of look on the go here. I think it's hilarious that I'm working in like a child's drawing here, and I'm thinking about light and shadow. Right, okay, so let's pick an orangey colour, soft brush, and we can maybe try and get some texture on these stairs. Now, let's have some fun with this. So I just want to test like the expressiveness of what I'm doing. And the pressure sensitivity, I think, I mean, as I say, it's fairly good. Like you can't really complain at that, to be honest. And if I press a little bit harder there, you know, I can really get that to, and that's given us a really nice light effect. So now we could even, if we were really clever, which we're not, oh my god, I've got 3 minutes. You know, the bit of a reflection there. Oh, look. I kind of want there to be some paint dripping off this brush as well. Now, the other layer has the grey on it. I might have time to try and fix this. Which layer has the grey on it? This one. It's this one, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if I can take away... Oh, I can. There you go. Look, I've got an accidental ferrule. 59 seconds. Okay, there's one thing that I really, really, really want to do before I ruin this forever. And that is to put a shadow in So pick a fairly dark colour, soft brush. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, that is not going to be a masterpiece ever, but like we dude's holding his paintbrushes like, ready to come for you, steps. Oh dear. Okay, it's saving it. That's marvellous. I finished a challenge. Good work. Your score will be available tomorrow. Okay, so I think this is like a voting type thing. Return to main menu. So there's one challenge a day. Let's have a look at the online gallery. I bet there. Yeah, look at some of these. Jeez, look. Like this is amazing. These are like scary good. I could sit here for ages and just scroll through. Someone's done some Nintendo art. Look, oh, that's super cute. They've done that in this program. Yeah, let's like that one. Can we add a star to that? Liking. Yeah. And there's comments. So this is like a whole community here. I'm really enjoying this. Obviously we can, the colours quest, that's like the daily challenge, which is fine. That's nice, and that can give you something to go back to every day. But obviously you've got the option to free paint as well. And you can title tag or artist. There we go. Oh, someone's drawn it. Oh, look. Everyone's done Bing Bang. These are amazing. Like, I'm well impressed with this. Someone's taken a lot of time to learn this. Just to round off our little adventure today, I took the opportunity to try out the free painting function. So this is the one that records your brush strokes and then compiles it down into like a little speed paint. And by the time I'd actually finished this particular Yoshi, which I thought was just appropriate, you know, Nintendo and all that, I was a bit more comfortable with the buttons and, you know, the functions and things, which was great. But the speed paint that you're seeing here, that was all done by the Nintendo Switch. I haven't edited it at all. So it's a really handy and nice tool to have, especially if you want to share your work with others or you want to put it on things like social media, you know, if you've got a YouTube channel. So it's a really nice added functionality, and overall I was quite impressed with it too. Okay, so that's quite an interesting little escapade into something that's very, very different for a gamer, but also as an artist as well, which is kind of weird, but kind of nice at the same time. My overall impressions of this are that it's basically a baby Photoshop for your Nintendo Switch, with the added advantage of having a little challenge there every day. I think it's one of those things that if you sit and practiced, you would get quite good at it. I don't know if it's something that I'm going to use very often, but I'm actually quite impressed with it. I think if you're right-handed, you'll find this less annoying for sure. And it's just one of those things that takes a bit in getting used to. And if you put some time into it, you would get used to it. And I think there's a good range of features. The only thing I think is lacking in this is a blend tool, like a proper blend tool. If that had been in that, this would be amazing. The other thing I want to do is look at my battery life as well. And it has absolutely killed my battery. I mean, I've been sitting here for less than an hour and it's taken half of my battery. Obviously there's quite a lot going on there in terms of, you know, what the console's having to do, and it's not plugged into anything, it is standalone. Obviously you could plug your charger in, the charging port's down the bottom, so you could plug a charging cable in if you wanted to sit and have a really good sesh. But overall I think this is great, and if you are an artist that happens to have a Switch, I don't think £30 is out of the way for this. Depending on where you look, sometimes it's 40 up to £45. I waited and managed to get a deal on it, and the fact that you get a spare nib as well is pretty cool too. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. I know it's been something that's a little bit different, and I hope you've got something out of this, even if it's just out of nosiness than actually wanting to purchase something like this. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. As always, I'd love to hear your comments down underneath this video, and I'll see you back in the cave really soon for another video. So have a great day, everyone, and bye for now.